Jesus.
I thought there'd be a better reaction, I guess.
You guys did a good job putting it together.
Huh?
It's like long clay, but better.
So, yeah.
It's really good.
So there's the old bannery there. There's my guitars. They're gonna move them somewhere. I still haven't figured. This hasn't changed since Eric's been here last. So yeah, I got like all the fucking electro harmonics here and up there, and then these fucking pedals. Keep the walls with the walls. And all my walls.
Oh, you got that one. You didn't have
Yes.
the box, but
Yeah. And then I got just everything else stacked up to the brim on that. And your Mark V.
Yes.
And I still have the, like, I need to change a few things, but I put the oranges there. And then the black star. The dual terror will probably just pop over on my...
So you didn't bother putting that, is that still connected, or?
Everything's connected.
Everything's connected.
Everything's connected, and everything's going through, like, the thing over there.
Wow. So you get from Marshalls, you get the 2000 and the JVM, right?
Yeah, hold on here. So you had what? The 900?
I had the 900 dual reverb.
So this one, the DSL 50 or whatever, that's the one with the spring reverb. This one was way more money.
Yeah.
I never use this. I always use the JCM 2000. I don't know why I need it. Well, I still need to mess around with things, but the foot pedal and all that shit.
Too much going on.
A lot of stuff going on.
4 channels? 6 channels?
No, there's 4 channels. There's like independent volume and reverb and all that stuff for some of them. And each channel has like 3 separate modes.
Okay.
So there's like red and green. I don't fucking know what colors, to be honest. And the old dual rectifier. And yours is the multi-watt?
Multi-watt, you can switch between 50 and 100 watts.
Yeah. I just go 100. And then this, which we'll play later, and you'll just be like, what the how is that possible?
Now, do you have the bold and spongy switch on the back of your Mesa?
Bold and spongy, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they all have them, but...
I think so, and mine might be on...
Does it look like there's a switch back there that goes on and off?
Only one.
Yeah, it's probably your bold and spongy.
No, that's rectifier and something else. I don't know. We'll see that later. I want to, like I said, I want to move some of these heads around. Yeah, and the supersonic, which is ridiculous.
The 3120.
Yeah, this one has problems. That's why, depending on what speaker output you use, it squeals when you're on one of the gain channels. I think I have it on the right one right now, where it doesn't do that.
Is that because of the amount of gain coming out of it, or is it
no,
just
it's
something...
just something's wrong with it. It's a PV, right?
Yeah.
You got to get yours worked on. This one needs work.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Mine was messed up from the factory. The noise gates wasn't actually even soldered.
Nice.
So when my buddy actually took care of it and opened it up, he ended up resoldering a lot of stuff.
It's
after fixing the knob on the back, and it's quite a lot of work for him.
Yeah, I wish he was here to do this. But yeah, this is the 3120 is the same as the XXX. The difference is the tubes that are in there, and you can switch them out.
Okay.
So, like, I think it's got EL84s or EL34s in them.
Probably 34s.
And then the other ones are the 6L6. But you can switch it right out, and I guess there's just a switch or whatever, and it's fine. Yeah.
Cool, so you see your desk.
Alright, so that's my desk. You know, the 2 monitor shit. So, I have the mug, the Apollo, the small twin that you have.
Yeah.
And that Jason's gonna get. And this right now has my RNDI, the Rupert Neve DI right there. I haven't tested it out a lot. And it also has 1073 column here. So you'll see how that works and kind of how the sound works. We have it on the...
And there's your lumens there too, right? Your speakers?
Yeah, these are the main monitors. you'll listen to it later and you'll hear the difference between this and that and the volume loss that you get going through the Focals.
Okay.
Yeah, I have them. So those are my main monitors. So they go right to me when I'm mixing, mastering, whatever. So I'm usually sitting like either here and I'm coming back, so they're coming right at me. And these are angled the same.
Okay.
I think that one I bumped. And then down here is kind of the main section. And Eric, you're gonna say it's not lit properly.
Of course it isn't.
And here is the. So the main thing is the Apollo. This is the main, like this is the large Apollo, right? So I have my speakers coming out, or my monitor outs coming into the central station. And the central station goes, it has the 2 sets of speakers. And I have a controller up here where I can switch between the two.
Okay. I can see it down here.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah, and well, obviously mute and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of the main monitoring section. I use my headphones through the Apollo rather than the central station. I don't know why. I think there's a bit of volume loss on the central station. And then we have the Mic Tech. So this is another 1073 clone. There's 2 channels. And then here is the Lunchbox, which I will go over in detail with you later.
Yep.
So I got a shitty one, a Canadian made one, which is alright. And these two are the same. Or this is a clone of this, the 512C. And these are both 1073 clones. This one is better than this one.
Okay.
This is actually the smaller version of the one that I have over there. There's small differences to it. Then we have I've had these for a while. These are actually, I think, the first preamps that I got, the UA 710s. That's the one that I was talking about. I wish that I would have been able to get the 4-channel version instead of the 2-channel.
Yeah.
It was almost the same price. Actually, I got a really good deal on this, but back then it was like I could have spent like an extra $700 or $800 and had 2 more, and it would have gone. I could have done everything digitally. And this is what I was talking about. When you start this, I'd highly recommend getting an XLR patch bay.
P16.
Yeah, that's $100.
Okay.
Pretty easy, and it carries the phantom power with it, so you don't have to worry about switching phantom power on this.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the big thing with it is, if you're using this, right? Say that's on your desk way over there, and you want to do like I have in the other room. I have a mic feeding through, and you want to move the mic. Like it's just easier. Like especially if you're switching from. There's 2 channels on that, so if you're switching from one to the other, so you're using 2 different mics, it's way easier to switch everything. Like you can only run 1 cable if you want, right?
Yep.
It's easier to switch on this than it is on that because you're going behind everything and you're leaning. For me, I have a whole bunch of preamps, so instead of having individual cables coming from that, the preamps over there, there, and there, I just have 1 cable that I go through, or I'll grab some other cables. I got cables for you too. And I can just switch however I want. That way I don't have even more cables than I have there going through the wall.
Okay, that's excellent.
Yeah.
So for your power supply now, you have.
I have a shitty one right here.
As long as it's working, so what are you going to upgrade to?
That one actually, I probably won't.
No.
Because I can
Even though
switch
it's
everything
cheap,
on and
it's
off.
still doing the job for you.
Yeah, well, cheap. It's like $50 or $60 versus 120, 150 or whatever.
So that would be like at that crap, so then you spend that extra money on.
Yeah, or I like this because I can switch.
Yeah.
So right now, instead of having like everything on and turning everything on individually, I can just pop my foot over and like I have a list of what's what, and I can just say, oh well, I want to use. I don't have the list right now, but I can go like this, and nothing turn on. Of course, nothing is going to turn on. I don't have my list right now, but I can turn one of them on, and these will automatically come on because they're all in like an on or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier. And then I have the Solo 610 over there. And the Focusrite ISA1, this is 2. So that's a tube preamp, and that one over there is a transistor based. They're not even connected right now, I haven't even gotten that far. I'll probably connect it while you're here, so you can kind of see how everything sounds and the difference and everything. This is also on the Apollo, the 610.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that in the preamp section of the Apollo.
Yeah. And then over here, I probably won't get to set these up for a while because I don't have a 290 for my tri-axis, and I really want a 290, and it's stopping me from doing that. But I don't have the money for the 290. So yeah, I just have like just a regular art power section. When I turn it on. Oh, it's just a preview. On's over here. So it actually tells me like what I'm using for voltage and stuff. And it's got the old stage lights and stuff like that. And turn this off because I don't know if I have a lot plugged in. And again, there's fucking something I forgot to do over here. This is my musical junk drawer. Which is great. I have everything in there. Probably the tools for your MacBook Pro.
My Mac here.
And then here I got mics, and I'm sorry again, Eric, because you're going to be like, there's no fucking lighting here. You want to just move that light? Just turn it this way. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of mics in here. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I got a whole bunch of stuff. This one is a good price. The Bluebird, yeah, and it's pretty good for acoustics.
That's been around for a long time, man.
Not a long time, but 5-10 years probably, yeah.
What's the price range around for that today?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I got it for 300 US, I think. Maybe 250 US. Because I used to go to Guitar Center all the time, and they would always have like deals and coupons and stuff. And then I got a whole bunch of random mics. And then I just have strings, an abundance of strings. Ebo Plus. And then I just have a whole bunch of guitar books. And more mics in there, in their cases, in their dustiness. I don't think I have anything in this one. It's just empty.
So that needs to be filled.
Eventually, yeah. And there's your XT2.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sorry.
Good.
An abundance of picks. I just gave away a whole bunch of acoustic picks because there was a guy at work that was going to buy picks, and I was like, haha, you crazy? You know me. So, even though we're looking at these chairs, this and the GCX, probably what you want to look into, even though it'll cost you like $1,000 or more for the system. But this, it's MIDI programmable and all that stuff. So you just say you want, like, you can put all your pedals on, and you only want a certain amount of them on.
Yep.
And you can just go, button 6 has this pedal on, this pedal on, this pedal on. Button 7 has nothing on. Button 8 has this pedal on, this pedal on, this pedal on, this pedal on. So it makes things a lot easier, and there's banks and everything. This I got for the tri-axis, so you can control fucking everything. And like I literally have, I'm an idiot, but I have most of James Hetfield's like rap gear to go with the tri-axis. So there's that to go. Yeah. And a couple of mics there. Eventually I'll show you, once we get into like recording and stuff like that, I'll show you what mic I use, and I'll show you why you're not going to buy it. Because it's $1,500.
Yeah.
And the other mic that I use, I showed you at Long McQuaid, was like $1,300 or $1,300 or $1,400. Those are the two main mics that I use. That mic tech there's probably a really good price, probably still $600.
Nice.
And that's pretty good, and if you want to spend that kind of money, it's probably the one I'll recommend. Anyway, we have the P22.
Beautiful guitar.
Yes, sir. So that's the one that's got the piezo system in it, or piezo, depending on who you are on one top. It was originally piezo, so it's the same fucking shit.
Beautiful wood.
Yeah.
Beautiful wood.
Not a 10 top. or anything?
No, I was just checking to see if it was a 10 top.
Yeah.
And noticed
When
the
I
pin
first
wasn't there.
moved here,
That's a beautiful guitar though. The neck's very nice in it.
Yeah, there is one. When I first moved here in 2012, that was the first Paul Reed Smith that I saw at Long McQuaid. They had it for like 2 years before I bought it.
Really?
Yeah, and I kept seeing it. I'm like, I don't really like that color. And then eventually I went in and I was just like, I want to try that color. It's growing on me.
And that doesn't really help you either because you're colorblind. You can see it some other way. It could be beautiful.
Exactly. And this is my baby.
That is a dream guitar right there.
Yeah.
Dream guitar. Brazilian.
Yeah. So
Beautiful
there
guitar.
was, I don't know, I think 500 made.
And this is a 10 top.
Yeah. And turn that around. Let me see for a second. Okay, no, the back. See how there's all white in there?
Yep.
Yeah. Don't use guitar scratch remover. I don't care if you guys see this video. They've asked me to take down my videos on my other channel before.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, well, you know, it doesn't really totally represent what we think. It's like you said you'd be able to remove surface scratches. You did a good job on some of it, but it's not what you advertised.
Yeah, no. Obviously, it doesn't do the job.
No, but I mean, there's.
In Charge Crow Studios, we're gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, the strap buttons. Look at this. They're small strap buttons instead of the big huge ones.
Blocks.
Bugs the shit out of me. But I want to keep it kind of original, so I don't want to mess around with it. And this here is the first custom 24 I ever bought. I did not think I would like it, and I can't put the thing down. It's got
This is also a 10 top.
Yes, and it's one of those, when you see it in the light, you're like, holy shit, that's a beautiful top. But when you don't have a lot of light, you don't see the top as much.
Inlays are very well done as well.
Oh, it's polys, man. But this one, I had another custom 24 as well, and there was actually something wrong with it. They, when I traded it in, or traded it back, they called me like a month and a half later, and they're like, hey, do you want to buy your guitar back? There was something wrong with it. And I was like, it's already gone. And Eric, the cameraman there, saw, I like to keep my that open. He saw what it was like before in my apartment. It was cramped, or in the condo, it was cramped all to hell. And I had to get rid of, I was getting rid of guitars to put things in my desk and in my cases and stuff. So I was getting like amp heads and mic preamps and stuff like that. So I was making sure to pick up stuff that didn't take as much room, and I didn't know how long it would be there, so I didn't know if Elizabeth, my daughter, would be crawling and pushing over my guitars. So it's less likely that she's going to crawl over and like jump up on an amp head and whatever.
Yes.
So, or my rack gear, she would just push buttons on that or drool on it. So I'm going to start with the classical, because you've seen my acoustic before.
Yes, I have seen the Gibson. And that's the Larry?
No, this is
the Patry.
La Patrie.
Patry.
Yes. So
That's really well done.
this, believe it or not, was a first anniversary gift. I wanted a classical.
Melanie.
Good job, Shannon. I literally went in, I said, I'd like to get a classical, and we went in, and she's like, well, get it for your anniversary. So we went through, and she went through the painful 2 hours of me going, there's nothing here that's more expensive than $400. I asked him, I was like, is there anything that's like in a higher price range? Because usually that, like $400, those luthiers, Montreal and all that stuff are really, really good and stuff, but is that your belly? Oh God, keep it in. But this, like, I don't know, it's really nice, but
Sounds very deep.
yeah, sounds muddy. That's the problem. Now you can see the Gibson again there, and I need to polish that, it's dusty. It's a little dusty down here.
Yeah, and this is electric, eh?
Yeah, but
Did you have that put in aftermarket or did it come
No.
that way?
that way, I don't like doing anything then.
No, fair enough. You want to keep things original
Yeah.
in the right way, right?
Yeah. You can see the logo. That's like, I love Gibson's finish because they crack like crazy.
Yeah, that's the nitro.
Yeah.
The nitro.
But you know what? This is nitro. This is nitro. But Paul Reed Smith made like it's that V12 finish or
The
whatever.
thing is that finish that they use for Gibson, it doesn't allow it to expand and contract.
Yeah.
Once it gets cold, you shrink it, so it's going to crack.
Yep.
And then
White guitars, don't get a white Gibson unless you're gonna like.
they'll turn cream on you for some reason. I found they
It just
use
cracked.
color and everything too.
I didn't have them long enough. I felt like I had what 8 or 9 Gibsons, and I had them all on the wall and stuff like that, and it started cracking. And I was like, I really play my Paul Reed Smiths way more than this. So I was like, I need to find these a place where someone's actually gonna play them a lot. Yeah.
And stuff, yeah.
It's so like the moment that the white started cracking, I was like, yeah, they gotta go. Cause I had a white Explorer, a white V, and a white Les Paul.
Yeah.
So they went pretty fast. I think I had them for like a year, maybe a year and a half.
And I find their quality control Gibson's not all that good. Because when I bought my Explorer the first time,
I remember
went
you
through
saying
3 Explorers before I found one that the finish wasn't cracked on.
And the Martin, which I hated. I loved this thing for the first summer, and then because of humidifying issues, I was in like a 4th level apartment in Edmonton.
Made it sound dead.
It was horrible. The Gibson was pretty bad too, but the Gibson sounded a lot better than the Martin.
Yeah.
So I got a really, really good humidifier and things were great. And now there's not really any problems. And I'm back to loving
Really
the
nice
Martin.
Grover locking tuners
Oh, yeah.
on there.
But this, I was like, oh, I want the D28 because D28's a classic guitar, and I went in and I saw the D35, and I looked at it, and I'm not gonna lie, like I saw the back of it, and I'm like, oh, that looks so cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And I was like, D35 though, like, it sounded really good to me, but I wanted to check out reviews and stuff like that, and everyone was saying for recording D28 sounds way better. The D35. The D35, I've always been told, sounds better to the player than it does the audience. And then I was like, but I still really like it because it sounded incredible to me, a little better than the D28. And then I'm like, D35, why does that sound so familiar? And I'm like, Johnny Cash, I'm going along McQuaid. It's not black, but still.
Yeah.
And I love this guitar. Both of these, they've got a different sound to it. Like, we'll do a video later, blindfold, see if you can tell the difference, and I'll know right away.
Yeah.
But maybe I might be an idiot, and I won't. But, yeah, they've got a really good... Both of these guitars, I don't want to get rid of anything. Like, this will go to my daughter. This will go to maybe my son or whatever. I'd like to be buried with this.
And I will dig you up to get that.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
it's a beautiful collection, but
Yeah.
beautiful studio.
Yes, it is. I've tried Crow Studio.